Welcome to Kidmissing TV. Today we're going to talk about the unsolved murder of 10-year-old Debbie Fijan. She lived in West Chicago, Illinois, and it took place on February the 6th, 1966. She was stabbed 19 times and left on the side of the road in an icy ditch. They think she may have lived up to 23 hours laying in a ditch bleeding to death. A 10-year-old child. Her teacher, Lauren Schofield, was charged but never indicted due to lack of evidence. I have printed out a sort of a rough timeline of events that day. Wait a minute. Okay, I have it as February 6th, but this timeline has it as the 11th. She had stayed after school to watch a basketball game because she was actually scorekeeper, timekeeper, that sort of thing. After the game, she waited for her mother to come pick her up. This was when Debbie went missing. A teacher stated he saw Debbie on a swing at 5:15 p.m. Another teacher's husband would see a girl getting into a white car. It's unknown if this was Debbie for sure. A janitor who left at 5:35 stated that no one was there when he left, including Debbie. Around 5:30, Debbie's mother arrived at the school and didn't see Debbie. She would go around to Debbie's friend's home to see if she went home with them since she did not find her. At 6:44, Debbie's mother reported the disappearance of her daughter, and neighbors helped begin the search for the little girl. Around 11 p.m., a 19-year-old neighbor and his 17-year-old friend would find Debbie's body in a ditch on Lies Road near West Chicago. She had been stabbed, as I said, 19 times. She was fully clothed and was not sexually assaulted. Her stuff was found kind of thrown around her. It isn't stated whether or not Debbie was killed where she was found. They never clearly say that. And again, it was the same teacher that saw her. Lauren Schofield. Mr. Schofield did have some issues. He had some porn in his desk at work, which he promptly threw in the incinerator, which makes sense, you know. He was worried, you know. And there's an inconsistency, a discrepancy between whether his clothes were handed over by his wife to police or whether those clothes were burned at home. I know she burned a few things. I'm not sure why. She burned some porn, which makes sense, but I guess some other things were burned. I'm not 100% because the story changes a little bit. I will say my buddy over at Faces of the Forgotten, hey Ron, has a video about this case. There's only one discrepancy. I would love to know, if you're watching Ron, where you found, because I didn't find it in my research, doesn't mean it isn't somewhere, that clothes were handed over and that there was in fact blood on them. Because I found that nowhere, but you did mention that in your video, and I would like to know. So, because that changes the dynamic if that's true. Like I said, I've not seen it anywhere in my research. But I will link his video in the description, so you can see Debbie does not have a stone. But he feels the teacher is the killer. I'm not 100% convinced on that. He does point out the teacher drove a white car. She was last seen getting into a white car. But it's also said that she was yelled at by him to leave, which doesn't make sense. because he was her favorite teacher the year before. They had a great relationship. And he had driven her home in the past. So I'm not sure, like I said, there are a lot of fuzzy details. So I'd love to hear from Ron. We've emailed in the past. Hopefully he'll comment. I want to thank you for joining me. I want to thank you again for my huge success on TikTok, which I couldn't have even begin to imagine. I couldn't believe how many views I have. I've got 4 videos up there. I got something like 347 views. My jaw hit the floor. And that's you guys. Thank you for helping this page grow. And Kidmissing Radio. I continue to work on getting guests. It's difficult. And I apologize. My best friend and I, though, are working on a show we're going to do together. So I hope you'll join us for that. Have a great evening. God bless you. Goodbye.